Taehyung live February 20th, 2026 shakes the world. His biggest secret finally revealed, ARMY left speechless. ARMY. Wherever you are in this exact moment. Maybe the night is quiet around you. Maybe the world outside your window is still moving fast. Cars passing, notifications buzzing, life continuing without pause. Or maybe everything is silent. Maybe you're lying on your bed, staring at the ceiling. Maybe you just finished a long, exhausting day. Maybe you smiled all day in front of people. But deep inside, you were tired. And somehow, without even planning it, you ended up here. Because sometimes we don't click on a video for information. Sometimes we click because our heart needs something. Something soft. Something honest. Something real. And on February 20th, 2026, Kim Taehyung gave the world exactly that. But no one knew it at first. The live notification appeared like any other day. No dramatic teaser. No mysterious countdown. No announcement that something historic was about to happen. Just a simple live. And yet, within minutes, millions gathered. Different countries. Different time zones. Different languages. But one shared feeling. I miss him. When the screen finally turned on, there he was. No stage. No stylist standing nearby. No performance lights reflecting off polished floors. Just Taehyung. In a simple setting. Soft lighting. Natural. Almost vulnerable. For a few seconds, he didn't speak. He simply looked at the camera. Not in the way idols usually do. Not performing charm. Not exaggerating expressions. Just looking. As if he was making sure we were really there. And maybe, as if he was asking himself if he was ready. His smile came slowly. Gentle. But quieter than usual. ARMY noticed immediately. There is a language beyond words. And ARMY understands his silence. He greeted everyone softly. His voice lower than usual. Calm. Almost thoughtful. He talked about small things at first. About the weather. About how quickly time has been passing. About how strange it feels. That another year is already moving forward. He laughed lightly at random comments. He read usernames carefully. He repeated some messages out loud. But between those small interactions, there were pauses. And those pauses were heavy. Not uncomfortable. Just meaningful. It felt like he wasn't filling the silence. It felt like he was choosing it. Then slowly, the conversation shifted. He began talking about growth. About how people see only finished moments. About how life looks complete from the outside, but unfinished from within. His tone wasn't sad. It wasn't dramatic. It was honest. He said that sometimes, even after achieving dreams, there are questions that don't disappear. Questions like, am I doing this right? Am I still myself? Am I enough? And when he said the word enough, his voice softened. That was the moment. The atmosphere changed. He looked down briefly. His fingers lightly touching the edge of the table. As if grounding himself. Then he took a breath. A deeper one this time. And when he looked back at the camera, his eyes carried something fragile. Not weakness. Not breakdown. But truth. He admitted that there were nights when he felt afraid. Not afraid of failure in the public sense. Not afraid of headlines. Not afraid of charts or rankings. But afraid of losing himself. Afraid that in trying to become stronger, he might forget how to be soft. Afraid that in trying to meet expectations, he might slowly silence his own heart. And ARMY. In that exact second, millions of people stopped breathing. Because this wasn't performance. This wasn't scripted vulnerability. This was a human being opening a door that had never been opened this wide before. He said there were moments of loneliness. Moments when rooms felt too big. When applause felt far away. When even love felt distant. Because his thoughts were too loud. He wondered out loud if he had shown too much strength and hidden too much truth. And then he said something that shattered and healed. At the same time, he said the reason he kept going, the reason he didn't let fear win, was because of ARMY. But not in the usual way idols say it. Not as a slogan. Not as a rehearsed gratitude line. He said ARMY felt like a place where he didn't have to be perfect. A place where he could be quiet, confused, still growing. A place where he didn't have to explain his silence, because it was already understood. He said that when he reads messages at night, even the simplest ones, it reminds him that being human is not a weakness. That softness is not something to outgrow. And suddenly, the distance between idol and fan dissolved. There was no celebrity, no superstar, just Taehyung, and millions of hearts beating quietly with him. Some ARMY were crying in their rooms. Some were holding their phones tightly. Some were typing messages through blurred vision. Because the one who had been their comfort was finally allowing himself to be comforted too. The live didn't explode with drama. There was no shocking announcement. No life-changing headline. But something much deeper happened. Trust expanded. Connection deepened. Love matured. Before ending the live, he smiled again. But this time, it felt lighter. As if speaking the truth had lifted something from his chest. He thanked everyone. Softly. Repeatedly. And then he said, "Let's stay together for a long time." Not as a promise of forever, but as a hope. And sometimes, hope is even more powerful. When the screen went dark, no one moved. Because everyone knew they had just witnessed something rare. Not a performance. Not an event. But a moment of pure humanity. February 20th, 2026. Will not be remembered for charts, or awards, or headlines. It will be remembered as the night a global star allowed himself to be vulnerable. And in doing so, became even brighter. Because real strength is not loud. Real strength is not flawless. Real strength is looking at the world with honest eyes and saying, "I'm still learning too." And that night, Kim Taehyung didn't just shake the world. He reminded it what it means to be human.